What's good, creative fam? You want to figure out how to get some clients? Let's jump into it. All right, so for this week's Business Monday, this actually comes from a question from last week from Eric, and he was asking pretty much, how do you get new clients? Should you DM them? Should you cold call them? What's the case is? And basically, I'm gonna break this down into 3 easy steps for you guys, so that way you can start getting paying clients, and more importantly, the clients that you want. All right, so the first step is that you need to figure out what industry you want to shoot in. Now, when I say shoot in, I'm not necessarily saying that if you want to do commercial or weddings or something else. Like, I mean, get super specific. Like, if you want to shoot commercials, do you want to shoot commercials for hospitals, for dentist office, for restaurants, for gyms, CrossFit gyms, whatever the case may be? You need to figure out exactly what industry you want to shoot videos in, because the first thing you're going to have to do is create videos within that industry. This is where shooting for experiences really comes into play, because if you can find, let's say you want to go into the gym business, you want to shoot videos for gym owners. Well, you're going to need to go and shoot a video probably for free for a gym owner. And the reason why is because then you can take that video and then use it to sell to other future gym owners. Most business owners don't really understand video. They know that they need it and they know that it's important, but they don't really understand it. So if you have a video, and it may be an amazing video that you shot, let's say it was a concert and it was this awesome concert. You shot it, it looks beautiful, it's amazing. And then you take that video to a gym owner and say, hey, I would love to shoot some videos for your gym. They're probably not gonna understand how the techniques that it took to create that video is gonna work for their video. So this is why whatever industry you decide you want to shoot in, you need to have very specific videos that cater to that industry, so that way they can see the value in those videos as well. Now, a quick little pro tip that'll help you out in this way is, let's say you're not exactly sure what type of industry you want to go into. I will tell you there are 3 types of videos that can pretty much be kind of universal. The first one is the interview. Just about every industry uses the interview in some sort of way. I mean, that is the off-camera look, great lighting, great audio, and B-roll type video. This is a very generic style video that is used all over pretty much every industry. But if you can show that you can do this really well, it really doesn't matter what industry you're showcasing it in, all industries can benefit from this. The second is the event recap. Lots of events are happening, different industries are having events, and so if you want to get some event type money, if you can do a really good event recap video, that's something that you can sell to all industries. And the third type of generic video that I think works across all industries are product videos. If you can show a really good product video for, it doesn't matter what the industry was, that is something else that's pretty transparent. So events, the interview, and product videos are 3 types of videos that if I were getting started, I would definitely have those 3 locked down, because that's gonna allow you to be more versatile. Outside of that, you're gonna have to have very specific videos for the industries that you wanna jump into. But now that we know what type of videos or what industry we wanna get into, well, how do we actually reach out to those clients, and what clients should we be reaching out to? This jumps into step number 2. So step number 2 is to look for people who are already either spending money on marketing, or they are being very active in their marketing, but they're currently not using video or photography. See, here is something that's pretty common. A lot of business owners know that they should be marketing, but they don't want to spend the money on it. These are going to be the hardest clients to try to win over. If you find someone who's never done marketing before and now you're trying to convince them to not only market, but also to then use your service, that's going to be a tougher sell. If you're trying to get clients quicker, you should find someone who's already active in their marketing, but maybe you see where you can make their marketing better. So an easy way to do this is find someone who's maybe spending money in print media. So this could be in magazines, this could be billboards, and I don't tend to look for like the big stuff. I look for like the smaller stuff, like people who are spending money on like those tiny billboards on the side of the road, or people who are spending money on like local magazines or local newspapers, people who are spending money on maybe social media ads, things like that. Those are the people that are actively looking for ways to get new clients and they've already demonstrated that they are willing to spend money. See, these are the ones that are probably the easiest to sell to because they already know what their marketing budget is. They've already spent money on marketing before. Now, all you have to do is just convince them to just shift that money from whatever they were doing to spending it on you. This is why I say these are the easier ones, because people who are spending money on print media right now, they don't tend to really get that big of a return on that investment. But with video, especially with social media, it's super easy to see the return on investment because they can actually track how many views they're getting, how many new clients they're getting, and these are things that you can pitch to them. So by having someone who's already spending money on marketing material, you can now go and sell directly to them because they already have a mindset for marketing. See, if I was gonna be cold calling anybody or DMing anybody, I would make sure that I'm DMing or cold calling people who already know what marketing is and know how to spend that money. A pro tip though, if you are going to be cold calling anyone or showing up to anybody's business establishment, go early. If you go after 12 o'clock, so after lunch, the chances of you winning someone's business is super low. They're not motivated to work at that point. Their day has been pretty much probably been spent putting out fires all day. So it's better if you can get a hold of them early in the day. They're more likely to want to listen to you. They're more likely to actually consider whatever you're trying to sell to them. And honestly, if you go to them earlier in the day, it shows that you're more serious and that you're willing to take their business seriously. So go see them early, find out what time they open, figure out what time business is, and if you're gonna cold call like in the first hour of them opening up because they're more likely to listen to you at that point. All right, so if you know who you're supposed to get, and let's say you've called them and you pitched and you got that job, I'm gonna show you my trick to basically just snowballing that effect. You ready? Here it goes. Ask that client for a referral from their other business owners, and then go find other people in that same industry and just keep the ball moving. See, here's the best part. It's like once you actually get that first paying client, one, business owners hang out with other business owners. So don't be afraid to ask the person who's in charge if they have any other friends or they know of anyone else who runs a business who could potentially use video, because now you're advocating for them to use word of mouth on your behalf. Also, I'll tell you, this is just, I don't know if it's just something that I have experienced, but what I've typically have found is like when one business owner who's friends with multiples, when that business owner does a video and the video looks awesome and it does well for their business, all their friends are gonna be like, who did your video? I need that person's information, because they don't wanna be left out of the crowd. See, and that's pretty much just how it works. They always say that, you know, people hang around the people that they're most like. Well, people who own businesses and that are in charge of doing video for their business, they all hang out with other people that basically own their own business. So get that person to refer you to others. For example, realtors. One realtor gets a video done and it's absolutely amazing. Tell that realtor to refer you to other people in their office because they're already around all those other people. Don't be afraid to ask for the referral. It's absolutely necessary if you're gonna keep that business going. But also, as I mentioned, you've done a video for a restaurant and that video turned out really good. Now you can take that video, go to another restaurant and try to sell that exact same package using the same thing I just did, because now you have two videos, the original one that we did in step one, and now this one with your first client, and you can sell both of those as they say, hey, look, I've been doing restaurant videos. I'm really good at them. I can help build your business. This is how it worked for these two last clients I had. I would love to offer this to you. When they accept, now you've got three different case studies. And that's how you start selling the value, because now that you've done the work before, you have case studies to show people that when I did a video for this person, their business grew by this much. When I did a video for this person, their social media following grew by this much. They got this many views, this many likes. These are the numbers that people are gonna wanna hear when you're trying to pitch them on becoming their future videographer or their marketer or whatever. Because realistically, you gotta stop thinking of yourself as just a videographer. Being just a videographer in 2019 going into 2020, it's not gonna work anymore. businesses need to know more about what your video can do for them, and that's what these steps are all about helping you accomplish. Now, obviously, these are just 3 steps that have worked for me and that I've used over the last couple of years as a full-time freelancer. I'd love to know if you guys have additional steps down below. Also, if you have other questions that you want me to tackle on Business Monday, leave those down in the comments below. I am not a huge fan of just cold calling and DMing just random people on Instagram. You gotta have a plan if you're gonna go into it. So let me know what you guys think of these comments or these tips down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Peace.